So there I was, enjoying a day out in San Francisco, browsing for some new clothes when I heard some commotion. I go over to find a guy laid out on the floor, like me watching England versus USA in the World Cup. My dude in the black shirt then begins throwing hands, and just when the situation dies down, I backshot homie 2 times because, much like my girlfriend, I must insert myself in drama that doesn't involve me. Mere seconds later, a single woman begins assaulting a man because she saw him enjoying life. After this abuse, she attempts to get away, but I like to think of myself as the black San Francisco Batman, so I serve justice for my fellow man and run her over at high speed. As it would unfortunately turn out, I hit about 4 other people at the same time, but honestly, I think they're just trying to claim insurance. Anyway, when checking the damages on one of the victims, old matey comes over and snaps a selfie with their body, and I figure my dude's either into necrophilia, or this person on the floor is famous, so I also snap a selfie. I then hop on my fuel-efficient, environmentally friendly moped that ensures me I'll never get laid again. I find some respectful young women earning an honest living washing cars in their underwear. Some would say this is exploiting their male fantasy, but I'd say they're actually just avoiding unnecessary dry cleaning by wearing minimal clothes. I compliment them on their work, but I forgot, you can't compliment women anymore, so they all start attacking me. I take the natural next step and unload a clip of my M4 into all of them, and now the police have a problem. So it's fine for a woman to hit me, but it's not fine for me to blast an M4 into their chests? What are these double standards? I escape the cops and go change my outfit because I currently look like a white rapper in the early 2000s mixed with your dad on day release. I come out looking like I sell pills to 14-year-olds, so yeah, not much better, but still, a slight improvement. I then nip down to one of those dodgy second-hand stores as I have some goods to sell to the pawn shop, where I'm also given the option to buy some ammo. Damn, America really is wild. I can sell my PS2 and buy ammunition in the same store. I use the back exit of the store, and that's when I come across a homeless woman. I profile her, and it turns out she's a registered sex offender. I am also a registered sex offender, so I do the official sex offender dance, but she doesn't do it back to me. Clearly she's not a real sex offender, so I knock her out cold, as we can't have imposters like that in our community. So what's the best thing about Watch Dogs 2? It's the NPCs. You can create stories in this game just by following NPCs around for 5 minutes, and I feel like that doesn't get talked about enough. For anyone not clued up on what Watch Dogs 2 is, it's a game about you and your hacker friends taking down an evil corporation called Bloom. To take down Bloom, we have to first take down another company called Home. It's like a pyramid scheme, except it's nothing like a pyramid scheme because I know absolutely nothing about investing. My boy Wrench is like, yo, go steal some of Home's shipments so I can hack into their software. So there I am, taking the smart way into Home's warehouse by swimming around back and stealing a truck. Simple enough, until I realise the gate is locked. So yeah, looks like those 8 weeks of swimming lessons I took just for this moment were a complete waste of time. I try hack the gate and get it unlocked, but I end up getting spotted and they unlock it for me. For a home security company, they don't seem to be too familiar with the basic rules of security. I get the shipment back to Wrench, and it turns out it has one of Home's new maid robots in the back. No, it's not just a Mexican lady, it's actually an android that can cook, clean, run you a bath, and pack the kids' school lunches. If it could also degrade me in the bedroom, I'd literally have no use for my girlfriend anymore. The area around Wrench's warehouse is full of a lot of homeless people, and one of them even looks like Chevy Chase if he lost his career to drugs. So it looks like Chevy Chase. Another one of them is pretty rude to me and starts giving me the double bird, so I do it back, and he begins assaulting me. Learning my lesson from earlier, I decide not to shoot him, but instead repeatedly tase him until I fry his central nervous system and paralyze him. I proceed to then default dance on his body, which may seem immature, but just remember, I didn't murder him. This is a real step in the right direction for me. I decide to hit the streets of San Francisco at night to see what the deal is. I find a woman jogging in the park, and it's dangerous for women to be alone at nighttime, so I attempt to escort her. Unfortunately, she's actually really fast, so when I start sprinting, I simply cannot keep up with her. I then check out this little Italian joint, and wow, get Gordon Ramsay in here, because this is a kitchen nightmare, USA. The only thing this place has going for it is this dedicated lad playing the accordion to absolutely no one. You've got to admire his work ethic. Anyway, I then grab some new clothes because clearly I have commitment issues and can't keep the same clothes on for longer than 5 minutes. The boys over at DedSec need me to break into Home's data retrieval system, whatever that means, so off I go, wearing my new Roadman puffer jacket. I was expecting to have to sneak into this place, but no, I literally just walk in with no resistance. This is what it must feel like to play in the Women's Football League, except I'm probably getting paid more. After that, I then have to break into a satellite station to project a message everywhere that will expose Home for stealing everyone's data. This one unfortunately doesn't go as smoothly as an all-out gunfight breaks out. I attempt to drop down off a roof, but Marcus blows out his knees and hits his head, killing him on impact. How embarrassing that during a gunfight you don't die from a bullet wound, but instead died from a double ACL tear and head trauma. Eventually, after murdering about 15 security guards, I hack into the satellite system. I'm starting to think we're not the good guys because of how many people we have to kill just to send our message of like, screw capitalism or whatever it is we're trying to do. Anyway, we broadcast our message to the entire world. Or the 29 people that still watch daytime television, that home is stealing all their data. Job done, and as a reward, I head down to the garage to grab myself a new vehicle. Of course, I don't pay for it, because that would be me feeding the system, so I just steal one of the display bikes. I then find an even nicer car down an alleyway, so I hop in it, but this random lady drags me out. Clearly, she is a racist, and can't believe that Marcus, an African-American man, could afford this car, so she thinks I'm stealing it. Yes, I am stealing it, but that's not the point. I order a gang hit to take her out, but clearly I ordered the worst gang in the local area as she dukes them by jumping over a wall and slipping out the back exit of the alleyway. With home taken down, our next target was Invite, which is basically like Facebook. I go to their headquarters, and this is one of those workplaces where they don't believe in their employees actually working. Everyone just sits around drinking coffee, playing guitar, and feeding each other hormone blockers. I profile this one woman sitting on the floor, and apparently she's a gun enthusiast. I figure if she's that enthusiastic about guns, she won't mind taking a few bullets to the chest. Once again, there's little to no resistance to getting into their HQ. When I get in there though, I find out why. This big man with the bun not only enjoys prostate exams and wearing tight bicycle shorts, but he's also the CEO of Bloom, the evilest of all evil corporations. He's set us up this whole time, and has now made Marcus the most wanted man in the country. I proceed to slaughter wave after wave of the San Francisco police force, and then unwind because it's been a stressful day. I slam 6 beers, but it turns out Marcus can handle his alcohol like a champ because it literally has no effect on him. I wish I could be like that. I had one sip of a whiskey and coke my uncle made me, and next thing I know I woke up on the floor of his shed with my trousers around my ankles. Silly me, can't handle my alcohol. The whole crew is pretty upset over Man Bun outsmarting us, and Wrench even throws a chair, because no one told him how to deal with his emotions properly growing up, bless him. With everyone bummed out, we do the only thing people in their 20s should do to cheer up. Go to a festival and take various different drugs while burying any problems we may have and never actually dealing with them properly. Wrench even wears a G-string. This night literally couldn't get any better. Or at least that's what I thought, until we meet Raymond from Watch Dogs 1. He's also laced our drugs with acid, which is morally questionable, but hey, I'd rather be peeling myself like a Satsuma while tripping on acid than asleep in the corner from a roofie. I treat the next day as a self-help day to really help detox all of that negative energy from yesterday. I vibe out with some dude playing guitar on his porch, take some selfies by the water, and test out this new thing I unlocked, which can plant evidence on people and get them arrested. At first my idea was to arrest the person with the flattest dump truck, but honestly, all the women in this game are packing. Good job, Ubisoft. So I instead decided to test it out on this guy who says he's an amateur ghost hunter, because Ryan and Shane don't need that kind of competition. Here I am just thinking it was going to be a simple arrest, but it was anything but that. The police arrive, take the ghost hunter, put him in the car, but then run over to arrest another dude. A second cop car then comes flying down the stairs, nearly taking out all the civilians on the sidewalk. They arrest this other dude, but for some reason all of the cops get into the second car and drive off, just leaving the ghost hunter abandoned in the back of a police car. I figure no one else is going to take him to the station, so I'll get him there myself. Trying to be a cool hacker, I attempt to do it using my phone, but end up causing a lot of damages and probably giving old matey a bit of whiplash. I try to take a shortcut, but this ends up killing about 6 people, so now I have the police on me too. I can't get old matey to the station while I have the cops on me, so I just abandon him in the water for now. I then realise my game has been invaded by another player, so I whip out the pistol, forgetting I have the stun gun on, and he absolutely violates me with the anal bead melee weapon. Rumour has it, this is the exact same thing that happens to you in Qatar if you lock eyes with the same gender for longer than 5 seconds. So big man Raymond tells us the only way to get dead set back on top is to make a big statement by hacking into Google. Obviously they couldn't actually put Google in the game, so they called it Noodle. My boy Horatio has actually been working there for a while, so we just go in together while I pretend to be the bus driver. Here I am picking up the Noodle employees, and you actually have to address all of them in a low, calming voice, or you could trigger them. We arrive at the HQ, where the colourful decor and slides tells you they not only work hard here, but they play hard too. I grab myself a Noodle shirt to blend in, and then me and Horatio make some vegan lattes while comparing cocks. This white dude then walks over and starts being super not chill to Horatio because he's onto him that he's not a real employee here, although his hairline and tucked in polo shirt tells me he is motivated by more than just exposing a fake employee. Alright, so I've got to hack into their systems, and surprise surprise, they've actually got pretty tight security. No joke, I ran around for about 10 minutes trying to figure out what I was actually supposed to do, until I came across this cherry picker and rode it onto a roof. When I get inside, it tells me to go to the elevator shaft, so there I am just thinking I have to jump down. Don't know why I did that when Marcus died from a 1-story fall earlier. I get down there into Noodle's systems and install a back door so now we can steal their data. Wait, does that mean the guys at DeadSet can now see my Google search history? How am I going to explain to them why I googled thick Indian men in my local area? Anyway, while we're down here, we also swap around Horatio and the bald white guy's details so he gets into shit and will most likely face awful consequences. L plus ratio, plus you fell off, plus I can literally feel my virginity seeping back into my body after saying that. This game is so much fun. If you'd like to see more, just let me know. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and a big thank you as always to those of you who click the join button and become a member of the channel. It really does mean a lot, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye. A big thank you to my motherload Voiy Bois and above, Björn van den Hatter, ZYFin, TheGamerTeg. Thank you guys for your support.